Building your Shopify store. You guys, I'm gonna go through, show you a couple little tricks and tips to go through and build your Shopify store as fast and as effectively as possible, because this is honestly one of the biggest, not the most important mistakes, but one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make. And that's the fact that they spend so much time trying to build the store. You're gonna wanna focus more on marketing. That's the main focal point of this course, but building your store is important. You need a great store. You need a store that converts. That's what I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna show you how to build it and how to optimize it, but don't spend a lot of time on this. Please, this is something you can get done within a few days. Spend an hour or two, maybe 3, get it done. Yes, you have to learn, it's gonna get better and easier as you go, but odds are you're gonna completely end up changing and revamping your store within a month or 2. So don't spend too much time. We're gonna go through, I made a test example. I'm gonna show you a couple of different things. If you guys remember, in the picking theme video, we're gonna be using the venture theme, not the debut. So we're gonna have to go ahead and change that. Don't make this take too long. There's only a couple of things that we really have to focus on. Then from there, you're gonna be plugging in your products and setting that up. The store itself is it's almost like a template. It's like you plug in a couple of pieces and then bing, bang, boom, you're good to go. So we're gonna go ahead here, go to explore free themes, hit venture, which is the one that I told you guys I like to use. This is personally my favorite free theme. So I really enjoy that. Other than that, I'm not really a fan of debut. I don't use it that much. If I am gonna use another one, you guys already saw this in that video explaining the types of themes. I'm gonna be using Brooklyn or a custom theme. So right here, we're gonna go down, customize. See, some people see this, it automatically goes to debut. Don't customize the debut. It's gonna drop it under once you add the venture. So you're gonna wanna customize that one. I've seen people who go through and build out a whole store on debut and then realize it wasn't the right theme. So we're gonna go through inside of here. There's a couple main things. Again, the logo and the header, those are 2 things you're gonna want. The header is essentially the main picture on the homepage of the website. Now, most people aren't even gonna be landing on your homepage, but obviously you want a very high quality photo. We're just gonna go to Google. I've already pulled up a few random ones, just picture of a mountain. You're gonna do that. One thing to think about as you're building that, and you'll see it here in a second, is you're gonna wanna make sure that whatever picture you use on the homepage, I can actually show you this real quick, is it has to be something that's super high quality. So we're gonna go right here, and after we've hit header, we're gonna hit select image. The header is basically the logo, and then we're gonna go through and put in the actual picture for the homepage. This is way too large. You guys can actually go ahead and change the sizing. You're gonna wanna think about the background colors, what aligns. Whatever you get when you get a logo designed, make it a transparent file, because as you see here, let me drop this down just a little bit. This is a black background and this is a white logo. So I mean, we can go over here and find something else. I'm not too worried about it as of right now, but that is something you're gonna wanna think about, okay? So maybe we could take something like this, or just type in transparent file. So that's a good way to get it. Make sure to tell your designer, or if you're creating it yourself, get a transparent file of whatever you're doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and save this as an example. And now that that's uploaded inside of here, you'll be able to see it looks a lot better when it's a transparent file. So you're definitely gonna want a transparent file for your actual logo. That's the header that's gonna go on the upper left of your website. Other than that, we're gonna go through and be able to set up the image. The homepage image is basically what's gonna be right here. A lot of people do a slideshow. If you're gonna do that, that's fine. Just make sure that all of the pictures are, first of all, of course, high quality, but have contrasting colors. I see a lot of people who the main photo on the website is great. You can read the text easily, but then the slideshow happens and it goes to another image and then you can't really read the text at all. You wanna make sure it's very, very easy to read that. We're gonna go through and you guys can see, add a slide. You can add multiple. Personally, I really like to stick with just one because it just takes more time. If you're gonna have a slideshow, you have to make sure all the pictures, all the stuff align, make sure that you can read the text inside of there. It's kind of just a pain in the butt. So we'll go ahead and throw one on here. As you can see, high quality, you can read where it says slide, you'll be able to write shop now or something like that inside of there. Other than that, you see, we can go, let's just say the course example. You can put your store name there, you can put whatever you want. View all products, you can do shop now, something along those lines, kind of whatever you want. But as you can see, that's easy to read. It's easy to read over the photo that's on the background, and that's super key. I think a lot of people don't realize that. And again, most people aren't gonna be landing on your home page, but you do wanna make sure that it's super good because some people are gonna come there directly and some people are gonna leave the product page and go look at the home page as well. So if you're gonna have multiple slides, you're gonna wanna be able to put in multiple images. We can just kind of leave it as the same. It doesn't really matter. We'll go course example again. Subheading, shop now. I prefer the shop now in my opinion. It just looks a little bit better, makes more sense, and that'll take them to the products, okay, to your main collection, your featured collection, which we're gonna set up here in a second. But you go back here, other than that collection list, this is where it's gonna be setting up the products. So if you're gonna go to the back end, we're gonna go back into Shopify here, you're gonna wanna add in some products as you're kind of building out your store. That's gonna make it a lot easier. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in one as an example here. We'll just do let's just do a shirt, and I'll grab a random picture of a shirt. The best shirt. I'm gonna show you guys how to set up everything here in a second for the description. We're not gonna do that right now. We're just gonna put it in so I can show you how to set up the actual things that we just saw with the featured collection. So let's go ahead and just grab a picture of a random shirt. All right, we got a great looking shirt inside of here. Now, we're just gonna kind of use this as the example, okay? So we can go ahead and price it whatever we want. Doesn't really matter as of right now. 20.00, go through and we're gonna show you guys how to set up everything. But over here, you can do collections. So if you've made other collections, which on the left side here under products, you hit collections, you can make more collections. You know, for example, a collection would be shirts, pants, hats, shoes, stuff like that, where it's like different subcategories inside of your store, and you can use each of those as the different featured pages. So inside of there, we can go create a collection. We're gonna go ahead and just make shirts and save it. Then inside of there, if you go down, yeah, conditions are not valid, it's fine. We're gonna go over here, you're gonna be able to manually select the products, okay? And that's gonna mean we're gonna be able to set each individual product and select which one we want inside of which collection. So once you hit save in the upper right there, you're gonna be able to go and scroll down and add products. So we have our shirt that's already inside of there. We can add that in, bing, bang, boom, it pops up. So you can kind of go through, oh, I guess I just took it off. So you can go through and really just organize your products however you want. That's up to you, different categories. I would recommend segmenting it. You know, if you have a clothing store, do shirts, have one for sweatshirts, one for pants, kind of just break it down like that, super simple. But now if we go back to the online store and go to customize, and again, don't get tricked. Don't hit customize here. You got to go down to the small one. They try to hide it from you. Hit customize, we're gonna be able to go through and I'm gonna show you just setting up the featured collections. Collection list, if you scroll down a little bit, it'll be there, okay? And you can do compare app prices, which I'm gonna set up the pricing for this and we'll do a full description as well. But right here, this is what your store is becoming, okay? So it's slowly just evolving, the featured collection, that's the home page. Now, as for the collections here, you can remove those if you want. Personally, I would like to put kind of my main best-selling products or the best-selling categories. You wanna put those first because first of all, it's gonna make you more money because you know people are already interested in it. But since people are already interested in it and have proven that, you know that more people are just naturally gonna enjoy seeing that and wanna click on it, just resulting in more traffic and more engagement. So if we go here and hit collection right here, as you see, there's 3 little collection things to fit 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna go select collection inside of there. You can do the shirt, bing, bang, boom, hit select. Bam, it's inside of there. So again, you can have one for shirt, one for sweatshirt, pants, whatever you want. Super simple to actually go through and set all of that up. Inside of here, you can do one of your best selling products, or what I see a lot of people do, and I think this is really cool, is they do some sort of about us. If you're trying to build more of a brand rather than just a store, you could do like a picture of like some people or like a team, or, you know, if it's, let's say a hiking brand, you can do a picture of kind of a mountain range or something that involves the sport or whatever the theme and the niche of the store is, and just say a little something about us, what your mission statement is, something just so people can connect with that and feel like you're a real tangible brand. Or if you're gonna do some sort of a percentage of your donation goes to charity, this would be an excellent spot to put that as well. Or you can just go through and insert an image if you want. It's really not that big of a deal. And you can just go down here, it's right there. Image with text, you can put in the image, whatever you want. We'll just go through and throw in that Pepsi logo, hit select, and of course you can do the text down there as well. So you can really change what you want. Pepsi is the best. So you can really go through and save and put that stuff inside of there. That's a good spot for a couple different things. It really just depends on how you're gonna structure your store. Now, a few other things you're gonna wanna look at is a footer. This is something where you can put different categories like search, about us, contact, maybe track order. For me, I like putting my social medias inside of there. So if you're gonna have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, you can just kind of write what your at on social media is so people can go find you there. You know, like the whole follow us thing. It's really not that big of a deal. You can go through and write whatever you want. Say, don't follow us. Something like that. So you can really go through and actually set that up at the bottom. Just make sure that you put any information they're gonna need. So definitely a contact us, that's gonna be super important. And to do that, you could hit this add content right there and you could go do a text, whatever you want right there. put inside of there, contact us. You can put an email, maybe if you have a phone number, which I doubt you do, but you could do an email for your store, make one that would be courseexample@gmail.com, or you could get a professional email if you want, like contact@yourstoresname.com, something along those lines. That'd be super simple and super important. Just a way for them to reach out. It makes it feel more trustworthy. Most people aren't actually gonna reach out, but just having it there is a good option. And most people aren't even gonna scroll to the bottom of the site, but I do wanna share that because some people think it's really important to set that up. Now, overall theme settings, there's a few things you're gonna wanna be able to change. You can go through like the collection page and show how you wanna set it up, show the vendor. Personally, I just leave all of this stuff as it is. Oh, we're gonna stay on here. But the colors, this is one thing you're gonna wanna look at, because again, you have to make sure it's what's called contrasting colors. You want everything to be super, super easy to read. I see a lot of stuff where people have to kind of squint and be like, what is that? What does it say? So it becomes a little bit tough there. I don't know why this isn't popping up here yet. We're gonna be able to do, let's just go back and reload it. You can change the background if you want. We're just gonna leave it as it was. Anything else you wanna see. When it comes to optimizing your store, which is gonna be in the next video, there's a good amount of stuff we're gonna change with colors, because that has a lot of psychological triggers. But now that we're back here in the Shopify backend homepage, I'm gonna show you guys kind of how to set up the actual products, okay? I'm gonna go through, show you a little bit about a name, and then just show you how to write the description, and show you a couple little tricks about that, because again, most people are gonna be landing on a specific product page, and it is absolutely crucial that you make sure that that is the main point. That's the focal point to get people to convert. So the actual product descriptions are gonna be super important. So let me just go through and give you an example. It really doesn't matter what the product is, and don't take this word for word. I'm gonna show you guys the structure for a shirt. Let's do official course example. This would just be your store's name right here. Your store's name. What is this, a long sleeve dress shirt, something like that. AliExpress is gonna automatically give it some long, ugly name that they had on AliExpress. That's just for keyword search purposes over on AliExpress. But you're gonna wanna change that, make it whatever you want. Keep it simple, keep it short. Don't have a lot of different points inside of there like this. The official blah, 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 whatever your store's name is, long sleeve dress shirt, something along those lines. Then inside of here, the first thing, I'm gonna outline the structure. This is what you're gonna wanna kind of follow. Let me just write this down. It's gonna start with the first point, hook. Number 2, info. Number 3 is gonna be where you do the call to action. And 4 is what I call the loop. So that's like the little 4-point thing, hook, info, call to action, and then loop. And you're gonna see that inside of here. So, struggling to find a dress shirt that actually fits? Question mark. That's where you relate to people. Inside of there, if you're gonna ask a question, make sure it's what's called a yes question, which is something where people answer yes to. Like, oh yes, yes. You want people saying yes. When it comes to buying, if they're like, no, no, that's negative. You want people to be positive as possible. Yes, I'm struggling to find. It just puts them in a good mood, a buying mood. They're agreeing with you. That's what that word yes is. It's agreeing. You want people to agree with you when it comes to sales. This is called writing copy. You need copy that converts. So struggling to find a dress shirt that actually fits? Well, you're in luck. We just restocked our best-selling long sleeve dress shirts. And you're gonna wanna put these in kind of all capitals of the first letter. When it's the name of the product, you wanna kind of put that in the capital first letter just to kind of make it look a little bit more professional. Best-selling dress shirts. We just restocked our best-selling long sleeve dress shirts. I'm gonna show you guys kind of the process. I'm gonna switch things, move it around. Long sleeve dress shirts. These ultra comfortable yet super stylish shirts have all sorts of, I don't want to say employees, all sorts of business people, different keywords you can say inside of here. You're basically hyping up the product, yet giving them some information. You can say what sort of fabric it's made out of, what material, give them a sizing chart. So I'm going to show you guys that here in a second. But these ultra comfortable yet super stylish shirts have all sorts of, have been flying off the shelves. Made from polymer cotton. I don't even know if that's really exactly how I spelled it, but some sort of material. You can give them information and a little bit of background on that end of things. Polymer cotton. These will fit snug yet allow you to move around with ease. Dot, dot, dot. And then do sizing chart. This is what we will put. And then you're gonna do this, insert the sizing chart. I'm gonna show you guys this. So if you have a sizing chart, typically on AliExpress, when you're getting a product that requires some sort of sizing, usually it's with clothing, maybe shoes or whatever, they're gonna give you an image and you're gonna wanna screenshot it or save it and put it as a picture inside of the product description right here. So you kind of insert it here, just go down the line, you hit this little picture button right there, and then you can put it in. Below that, you can say, hurry, inventory is low. Not low, inventory is low, claim, or yeah, order today. We're gonna change this call to action to have a capital first letter on each word as well. Something simple, so this is gonna be a big picture inside of there. And then below that, we're gonna do what's called a secure checkout badge. Some of you might know what this is. This is absolutely crucial. It's basically something that really helps with buyers feeling more comfortable. I just Google secure checkout badge and use the first one. This is the one that I use. It's a transparent file. You see the little checkers in the background. You can save that as a secure checkout badge and then hit save. And from there, you can go back over to the store and again, hit the little picture button and we'll be able to insert it. So right here, you're just gonna go uploaded images and upload a file. And from there, we can put it in. So as it loads, bing, bang, boom, there it is. Hit click on that. Insert image, and personally I like to make it a little bit smaller. I think it's kind of large, and there you go. So you're gonna have technically two of these. The sizing chart's gonna look very similar to that right here. So that's how you structure the description. You can put a picture in the description if you want, kind of the product. I know some people put a video of it being used. You can do that as well, it just depends on the product, but keep it short. Keep it super short. I'm also gonna put this in bold. I don't like to put everything in bold. I don't like to put everything in capitals. The only stuff I put in bold is kind of the key points, like the call to action and little stuff like this to make it stand out. You only get a certain amount of stuff you can use to make it stand out. And if you go overboard with the bold, it basically makes it neutral because then there's too much, so it doesn't really stand out. It kind of fits in. So we keep this simple. There's kind of two main paragraphs, like mini paragraphs inside of here. Hooking them, giving them some information, loop into the call to action, and then the secure checkout badge at the end. That really just helps with them being comfortable. And I know a lot of people actually put this at the top. I really like putting it at the bottom because as people land on your site, they're scrolling downwards, right? So they're reading the description. They don't know exactly when the description's gonna end. And so they'll just randomly come across this at the end. They can't really avoid that. And so that, they're like, oh, okay, secure checkout, you know, it just helps. So that's why I structure it like that. This is how we write the description, super simple. It does change slightly just depending on the product and what we're doing, but that's essentially what it is. Hit save. This is the product that's now still on our store. As you guys saw, we went and set it up. So this product is technically good to go. We still kind of have to set up the shipping. The pricing I'm gonna cover inside of the next video, so we're not gonna worry about that right now. But if we jump back over to your online store, oh, we gotta hit save here. Don't forget to save the products. Had a few bad things where you go through and set everything up and then it doesn't actually end up saving. Yeah, price can't be blank, that's fine. We're gonna go through in the next video. Go back down, customize on here. And there's a few other things you can do. It really just depends on what you want. It's gonna more so come once you're really inserting a lot of products inside of your store. You can go ahead and move things around. Now again, as for building out your site, you don't want it to take up all that much time. It's kind of simple. It's just gonna be a process of back and forth. You're gonna wanna switch things around, move it, maybe change your image, but I'm strong on this. I'm very confident that if this is your first store, you're gonna end up completely switching what you did within like a month or so. So it's not gonna matter all that much, but definitely focus on getting this set up. There's a lot more. Inside this next video, I'm gonna go through, show you how to optimize your website, and then we're gonna keep moving on pricing the products and setting all that up. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.